Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden Night.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 22 carries, 89 yards, and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up near the 42. And a return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down. Locke going for the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. They give him a gain of 38.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. From the 50, it's Locke. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
They ran that one well. And not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines with his first career NFL touchdown. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Paul Warlow. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. A run by Mack to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. Now it's Love. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Love. Sliding out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And it's 3rd and short.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a first down throw. Locke. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A final shot before the break. Locke. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Titans out in front in that one. 2 touchdown passes there from Marcus Mariota. From there, we fly north to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. 35-13, the final score. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. Devontae Parker, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected. All tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Charles, that was a heck of a play.
It truly was, because when he made that catch, he had to shake through some people, right? So that play, to me, a highlight film that should be accompanied by bass music, right? I mean, boom, 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 and he finds his way to the end zone.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. now Mack. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Staying on the ground with Mack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. Throwing is low. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now the Colts moving quickly here in a hurry-up offense. Here's Locke. Flushed out right. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. Now Locke. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught at the 25. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. And play is stopped here. Timeout It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. On third down, that's Mack. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be fourth down.
We can't be totally sure that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
And I don't know what more you can say about Adam Vinatieri in that career. Maybe the best to ever do this.
Let's be honest. Does anything faze him? Snow, playoff games, Super Bowls. Just watching this.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Indianapolis, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.